Have you ever felt nervous speaking English in public? Maybe your heart was racing, your hands were shaking, and the words just disappeared. Well, that happened to me, in the worst place possible. The airport. It was my first time flying alone. I was 19, and I was going to the U.S. for a short language exchange program. I had studied English for years. I thought I was ready. I felt confident when I checked in at the airport in Brazil. But everything changed when I landed in Atlanta. My connection was tight. I had only 1 hour between flights, so I ran through immigration and customs, carrying my backpack, sweating, heart racing. Then, it happened. At the security checkpoint, a tall American officer looked at me and said something fast, too fast. I didn't catch it. I froze. "Excuse me?" I asked, smiling nervously. He repeated it, still fast, still confusing. Then I did something I now laugh about. I just nodded. "Big mistake." He said, "Take off your shoes." But I thought he said, "Move forward." So, I walked forward. He frowned. Then he shouted, "I said take off your shoes." Everyone looked at me. I wanted to disappear. I panicked and quickly bent down to untie my sneakers, but my hands were shaking so much that I couldn't do it. My face was red. My English felt completely gone. Eventually, I got through security, but for the rest of the day, I was quiet. I kept thinking, why did I freeze? I know English. What went wrong? That day taught me one of the biggest lessons of my life about speaking English. Tip 1. Confidence is more important than perfection. When I froze, it wasn't because I didn't know the words. It was because I was scared of making a mistake. But mistakes are part of learning. Now I always tell my students, don't aim to be perfect, aim to be brave. Tip 2. Ask people to speak slower. It's okay. Native speakers can talk fast, but you can politely ask, could you speak more slowly, please? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Can you repeat it? Most people will help you if you ask. Tip 3. Practice survival phrases. Before any trip, learn a few key phrases you can automatically say when you're nervous. Here are some useful ones I use all the time. Excuse me, where is the gate? I don't understand. Can you help me? I'm sorry, can you repeat that? When you're nervous, your brain goes into flight mode. So having a few ready-made phrases can be a lifesaver. That embarrassing moment at the airport, it taught me that real-world English isn't about perfect grammar. It's about staying calm and communicating. And that wasn't the last time I had a speaking challenge. Now, I'll tell you about the job interview that almost made me give up on English, but instead helped me discover my best tip of all. It was 3 years after my airport disaster. I had been studying hard, watching shows in English, reading articles, even practicing pronunciation. I was finally confident enough to apply for an internship at a multinational company. It was a big opportunity. The interview would be in English. I prepared for weeks. I practiced my answers. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want this job? What are your strengths and weaknesses? I even memorized vocabulary and expressions I thought would impress them. I was nervous, but I felt ready. On the day of the interview, I wore my best clothes. I arrived early. I smiled. Then, the interviewer asked the first question. "So, walk me through your resume." I blanked. Totally. My brain froze again, just like at the airport. But this time, I wasn't just embarrassed. I was devastated. I tried to answer. I stuttered. I mixed verb tenses. I said things like, I was, working. No, I worked in a team with, many peoples. I could see the interviewer's expression change. My hands were sweating. My voice was shaking. I left the room feeling like I failed. I sat outside and cried. But later that night, I had a realization, and it changed everything about how I speak English. Tip 4, don't memorize. Organize your thoughts instead. When I memorized entire sentences, I felt like I had to say them perfectly. But real conversations are messy. People interrupt, they rephrase, they react. So instead of memorizing word by word, I learned to use outlines, bullet points in my head, like this: who I am, what I studied, where I worked, what I learned. Then I filled in the rest naturally. It helped me speak with English, not fight it. Tip 5, learn sentence starters, not just vocabulary. I used to focus too much on individual words, but during interviews or conversations, what really helps is knowing how to start a sentence. Here are some I use often. Well, one thing I'd like to mention is, I'd say that, from my experience, to be honest, actually, that reminds me. These starters give you time to think. They help you sound more natural and confident, even when you're still organizing your ideas. Let me share a few phrases that I wish I had known earlier. I'm a quick learner. I work well under pressure. I'm detail-oriented. I'm passionate about. I'm currently improving my English skills. This shows honesty and motivation. Try using these in practice interviews with a friend or even in front of the mirror. That job interview? I didn't get the position, but I got something even more valuable: a new way to approach English. Now, I'll tell you the most surprising story of all: how I accidentally made a best friend just by using 3 simple English phrases, and how that moment taught me the final tip that changed everything. A year after that terrible job interview, I decided to study abroad again. This time, I moved to Dublin, Ireland. New city, new people, and a chance to begin again with English. But on my first day there, I felt totally lost. The streets were unfamiliar, the weather was cold, the people spoke fast, with accents. It was exciting, but also overwhelming. That night, I walked into a small local café near my apartment. I just wanted a hot drink and a quiet corner. I ordered tea, sat down, alone. Then someone at the next table smiled at me. She looked friendly, about my age. She said, "Hey, are you new here?" I panicked for a second. Should I answer? What if I don't understand her next question? What if I sound silly? But I remembered something a teacher once told me. Say something, anything. Don't let the moment pass. So I looked at her and said, "Yes, I just arrived yesterday." Her face lit up. "No way! I'm from Spain. Just got here last week." And just like that, we started talking. Simple things, where we're from, what we study. If we like the city so far, we laughed, we shared stories, and that 10-minute chat turned into a 2-hour conversation. That girl, Sophia, became my best friend during the entire program. And it all started with 3 simple phrases. Yes, I just arrived yesterday. I'm from Brazil. Nice to meet you. That night I learned, connection doesn't require perfect English. It just requires courage. Tip 6. Don't wait for perfect English. Just start. If I had waited until I felt ready, I never would have made that friend. Speaking English, like any skill, improves through use, not just study. You'll never feel 100% ready. So say something, even if it's small, even if it's simple, even if you only know 3 phrases, use them. Here are some phrases that have helped me start conversations in English anywhere. Hi, is this seat taken? Where are you from? Your English is great. How did you learn? I'm still learning. Can I practice with you? Sorry, I'm not sure I understood. Can you say that again? You don't need to speak like a native. You just need to connect like a human. One more thing I've learned, and this is powerful. Emotion helps communication. When you speak with expression, even if your grammar isn't perfect, people understand you better. Say, I'm excited. Smile and show it. I'm lost. Use your tone to show it. That's interesting. Let your voice rise. Speaking isn't just words, it's energy, emotion, connection. Looking back, here are the top 5 English speaking tips that truly helped me grow. Confidence greater than perfection. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Ask people to slow down. It's your right as a learner. Use survival phrases. They're your safety net. Organize ideas, don't memorize. Be flexible in conversation. Just speak, even with 3 words, start the connection. And now I'll add one more. Your English journey is your own. Go at your pace. Celebrate the small wins. You're doing better than you think. You already have everything you need. Every sentence you try, every moment you speak, even if it's just hi, is a success. English isn't a test. It's a tool. And every time you use it, you get stronger. So be brave, be consistent, and speak, even if your voice shakes a little. What's the most surprising or beautiful moment you've had speaking English? Share it in the comments. You never know who might read your story and feel inspired. And if you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone on their English journey. Thank you for listening to my story. Until next time, keep speaking. You're doing amazing.